came very close to crashing into the trees. It was, I just remember just suddenly waking up and heading towards some trees on the side of the road. I managed to brake and stop, probably only metres from impact. I remember sort of being a bit shaken up about it, but didn't worry about it too much because, again, that's something that I experienced many times. Probably about a week after that, I was just sitting at home and I just had this, again, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like a wave of melancholy just came over me. And I just felt that I just didn't want to do this anymore. I just didn't want to be a paramedic. I just didn't even want to go to work. And it was really strange because I had no control over these feelings. They just sort of washed over me. I sort of explain it as a bit of a mental meltdown. Which is not typical for myself because I'm a very strong person normally. Twice I've nearly lost my life because of fatigue, and for some reason or other it finally registered when there's been many instances of the same occurring in the past, and we've just dismissed it. My partners and myself have just dismissed it as being part of the job, but for some reason or other at this time it just hit home.
I started in 1999 and worked in Melbourne for 5 years. At that point I had to leave work for 12 months due to the effects of fatigue. It was a progression of becoming more and more tired and getting less and less sleep between shifts, after night shifts, then between normal shifts, and that progressed to not getting very good sleep even on my days off. I got more worried about doing something wrong at work. I got worried about making a mistake and worried about the responsibilities I already had as a paramedic to the patients and also to my student. I've had times where I've had to pull the ambulance over, being so fatigued and nauseated that both my partner and I had actually vomited from fatigue just because we've been working all night. I've also had times where I'll be driving my patient and partner to a hospital and forget completely where I was going and make wrong turns, and these are places that I would normally know very well. It got to a point where I was at work. I drove through a red light at one stage with my student in the car and I didn't realise it, and that was at night after doing a very long shift. Had some truck been coming through the green light, well, I could have killed us both, so it was a really sobering moment.
Yeah, as a paramedic you do feel a great deal of responsibility for the people in your town. Most of us that are part of a community, a small community in particular, realise only too well that if we take a fatigue break then there's no one left in town to cover us. And so again I feel angry that should occur, that we should be put in that situation.
If there's no increase in resources and the workload continues, I do believe paramedics, especially in busy areas such as Melbourne, I think that the fatigue levels are going to continue to rise, it's going to get worse, and then it just increases the risk of accidents happening, which obviously could lead to people being injured seriously or even killed. The government and the ambulance service have a responsibility to not only the public but to their staff in particular to take measures before something happens.